Thanks for joining us. Time to get ready for NBA action on 2K Sports. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It's going to be Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors up against Ray Allen and the Boston Celtics. And without any further ado, let's head to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew at the arena. I'll be back at halftime.
We're holding court at the home of the Celtics here in beautiful Boston, Massachusetts. Very excited to bring you this edition of our NBA broadcast here on 2K Sports. Clark, Doris, and Steve are with me. This is Kevin Harlan, and welcome to our broadcast of the NBA. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Terrell Wright and David Lee are the forwards. Monte and Curry in the backcourt, and it's Biedrins in at the 5 down low. And for the Celtics, Rondo, Allen, and Pierce are the perimeter. Kevin Garnett and Jermaine O'Neal at the 4 and 5.
And the Warriors have had very little success over the last 15 years or so, but they've got new ownership in place, so there's hope. They've got some good young talent. They've manufactured their cap situation, and they're trying to bring in as many good players as possible. I think this has a chance to be an excellent franchise.
And it's the Warriors to start out. Now here's Ellis. Feeds to Wright. Out of bounds. And they retain possession. Strong thoughts there, Steve. Ironically for the Warriors, some of the best moves the Warriors have made recently didn't involve a trade at all. Like Monte Ellis, for instance, Clark. He was supposedly going to Memphis.
Kevin, you're exactly right. I mean, sometimes the best move is no move. And they need to keep adding talent, but you got to manage your money wisely. You got to be smart and creative. If you're going to trade away a key player, you better make sure you get significant value in return.
Now Pierce, following the miss by Ellis from deep. Shots good by Garnett.
See the way he attacked the smaller defender there?
That's what I call know-how. He knows how to use his size.
Now it's sent it down to Doris Burke, who is able to catch up with Coach Doc Rivers.
Yes, Kevin, he said we're a very clever team without the ball, and I'm betting we force our share of turnovers in the open floor and take them right out of their game plan. Obviously, no shortage of confidence about their defensive capabilities, guys.
Thank you very much, Doris. So it's mainly Clark and Steve about defense for them early on.
Well, you know what I mean. It's pretty simple. The fewer points you allow, the fewer you have to score for yourself. I mean, that's elementary.
Yeah, and particularly in this game, I think it makes sense. I mean, establish the defensive end of the floor, try to convert some buckets in transition off your defense, and try to take control of the game that way.
On defense, the Warriors.
Well, it was another tough season, Kevin, for Biedrins. I mean, a year ago, his scoring and rebounding rates dropped off 2 seasons in a row, and he stayed relatively healthy. I mean, his confidence has to be shaken right now.
Now here's Garnett, 5 to shoot. Pierce, good. Pierce has got his first points of the game.
I tell you what, you watch this guy put it in the basket, and his scoring ability can just astound you at times.
Well, Clark, part of the issue for Biedrins has been as difficult as at the free throw line. 2 seasons ago, remember this, Steve? A record low percentage of 16%.
Yeah, and again, last year, Kevin, near the bottom of the league in percentage, about 32%. And the problem there is when you're afraid to go to the line as a big man, especially, you lose your aggressiveness. And Biedrins with, I think, a lot more potential than what he's shown production-wise the last couple of seasons.
Allen kicks to Garnett. Working on Lee. Pulls it from the elbow. KG, that's good. Garnett's got his second basket.
I think he anticipated that the defense would be there, and that's why he leaned in like that.
Right outside. And here is Ellis. Outside for Curry. Stolen by O'Neal.
That was not an easy play, but he made it look routine.
And he flushes it through. Strikes Sankan with the replay.
Well, that's a dunk you would not see very often. You won't pass that one by.
No doubt about that.
I wish he would, though. You can never see too many of those.
Here's Curry. Picked by Lee. Biedrins. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Yeah, he didn't try to get too cute on that one. He just simply threw it down.
Still, though, Steve makes for a great highlight, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, anytime he dunks the ball, it's pretty to watch because he is athletic.
Now, here is O'Neal. Curry with the steal. So a break for the finish. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break. And it's a tie ball game.
Great job taking that one all the way to the hoop.
Yeah, he made the D look non-existent and foolish there.
Well, we all know Rajon Rondo is among the fastest players in the NBA, but he's really the only Celtic who wants to get out and run. This is more of a half-court team. In fact, Boston finished in the bottom 10 in the league in fast break points. It seems like he tightens up, guys, when he gets close to the rim, especially with a defender nearby.
Pierce with it. He's guarded by Ellis. And the layup falls. 6 points for Paul Pierce. And Steve, you're talking about the Celtics and the slower pace, bottom 10 in fast break points. Clark, I guess that's often the case for more veteran teams. They don't want to get into a track meet.
Yeah, I think they've got to be more efficient in terms of how they massage offensive possessions. I mean, you look at Rondo, who is an absolute burner, but the rest of the starting unit probably better suited to a half-court game. And it'll be interesting seeing how the Celtics go forward because Rondo moving into his prime and obviously more effective in an up-and-down game. Will the Celtics acquiesce to who he is and what his best type of game is as they go forward?
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Well, we all know what a fiery, competitive team the Celtics are, with Kevin Garnett in particular. And that's one of the reasons they were second in the NBA in technical fouls last season.
Some changes for Boston. Kristich comes in for Jermaine O'Neal, and Glenn Davis subbed in for Kevin Garnett. And then for Golden State, Amundsen comes in for Andres Biedrins, and it's Williams in for Steph Curry. Here's Williams. Ellis outside. He's picked up by Rondo. Ellis, the pass to Lee. Shoots. Drops it in from 12 feet. Lee's got his second bucket of the night. And so speaking of the Celtics, you know, some have said, Clark, that they go overboard getting into it with other teams, players. That wasn't your game, but take us inside that whole world of the player.
You know what? I don't know if the Celtics do it any more than any other teams. I mean, Kevin Garnett is very demonstrative, has been since he's been in the league, and that intensity sometimes spills over. And I always felt that you had to be who you were. You couldn't try to fabricate something that wasn't part of your natural makeup. So if you are a guy that's verbal and a jaw-jacker, then you got to do it within the parameters of what's going on in the game. If you're not, then you can't be that to try to improve your performance. So I've always said, like the young folks do, you know, do me, be you. You know?
Kick it out.
Ellis outside. He's covered by Rondo. Ellis dishes to Lee. Davis is there. Clock at 6. Outside Williams. Shoots the three. And misses. Would kind of had it gone in. And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter with both teams tied up. And we'll see you in just a moment. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. Here is Rondo. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Wright and Udo fill up the forward slots. Curry at the 1 and Williams by his side at the 2. And it's Amundsen in at center. Clock at 4. Here's Green. And again, it's Boston converting. Here's Curry.
Jeff Green, of course, part of that controversial trade for Kendrick Perkins Last year at the deadline, the Celtics were very concerned about their backup 3 position. They saw a chance to get Green, a talented player, but in doing so, they gave up a very popular player in Perkins.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, Ray Allen sacrificed as much individually as any player in Boston. As Doc Rivers said, Ray was used to having the ball in his hands in Seattle, where he dribbled for 22 seconds and got to decide when to shoot and when not to. I told him, we can't win that way. I asked him to trust me. Then I told the other guys, when Ray was open, they had to get him the ball. It's no coincidence he's been as efficient here as he's ever been in his life. Guys?
And winning, of course, is the real measure. Thanks, Doris.
And by now, we're so used to seeing Allen moving off the ball for shots, we forget how much he handled the ball in Seattle.
Well, it's all about winning for the Celtics and putting everybody in the best position to succeed. Rondo handles the ball and Ray shoots, and that's the way it is.
And for the Celtics, Steve, you're going to remember back to their championship season of 2008. They had that offensive lineup, which included a guy named James Posey playing the 4. So, Clark, maybe you'll see Jeff Green playing a similar role.
That could be, perhaps, Kevin. I mean, I think the trade may have set them back in the short term, but that wasn't all on Jeff Green. I mean, chemistry is really a delicate dynamic, and losing Perk seemed to have affected the team a little more than they expected. But I think going forward, the Jeff Green acquisition is going to bode well and serve the Celtics well.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
I tell you what, the Warriors last season just 36-46 overall, 5 wins under 500, but they played the Eastern Conference even, 15-15 over the course of the season against the East.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Jermaine O'Neal checked in for Garnett. Pierce comes in for Delonte West. And it's Allen in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the Warriors, Andres Biedrins, who's checked in for Amundsen. Thornton comes in for Darrell Wright. And it's Ellis in for Steph Curry. Here's Pierce. He's got 6. Here's O'Neal. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Warriors' up-tempo style, a contrast with the way a lot of Eastern teams play.
Well, yeah, a lot of the Eastern teams play a slower pace, and they have to be ready to run when they go up against a team like Golden State.
Now here's Ellis. Now Biedrins. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Thornton. Ellis outside. Takes a 3. Good on the shot. Ellis has got his 3rd basket of the night.
6 points in short order. 2 straight from deep. That's what can happen with a 3 ball.
Yep, they got it going. Nice, clean looks.
Allen against Ellis. The jump hook, and Green gets it to go.
Yeah, that's just too easy. He is so skilled inside.
Here's Ellis. He's got 7. There's the dish to Biedrins. He's picked up by O'Neal. Reverses. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, the Warriors have always played a very exciting style, but it hasn't translated well to the road. In fact, last season they went just 10-31 away from Oakland.
That free throw missing. And you know, for the Warriors, that road record, and Steve, you just talked about it, 10-31. That is an area they're going to have to improve on if they ever want to get in the playoffs.
Well, you know, toughness has been an issue for them. They've been more of a finesse team. When you're trying to claw out a win on the road, there's some toughness you've got to present and possess mentally and physically. And they're trying to add some size and strength inside, and you know, that's a good place to start.
Garnett backing down. Amundsen is tagged with the reach. That's his first foul. Here's Pierce. He's got 6. He's picked up by Lee. Here's O'Neal, and it's Boston with another.
You know, some criticize the hiring of Mark Jackson by the Warriors because he has no prior coaching experience, but he's full of confidence. He's a leader. I think he's going to be a tremendous success there. I don't doubt it at all.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, so confident is owner Joe Lacob that he has signed a contract with the Golden State Warriors fans. His goals include reaching the playoffs and having an all-star. And if these goals are not met, the fans will receive gifts and ticket price changes for each goal not met. A unique strategy to be sure, guys.
Thank you, Doris. We'll see how many of those goals they meet.
Yeah, you talk about backing up your talk. I mean, fans have to appreciate that gesture from the Warriors brass.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
Well, talking about Mark Jackson and his inexperience, remember Doc Rivers did the same thing. He took over Orlando without any coaching experience, and Doc has turned into one of the best coaches in the NBA. So Mark Jackson could be on a similar path. Very bright, very energetic, and can really relate to the players. I think he's a good fit for Golden State.
Boy, the Celtics have always enjoyed a really tough home court advantage, and no different last season. 33-8 were the Celtics in Boston.
Curry gets the bucket. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. So we'll see which team can kind of ride the momentum and take control of this game.
Clock is at 3, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen. Well, the Celtics have so much history here in Boston. These fans have so much, Steve, to be proud of.
One of my favorite places to play in a game and to broadcast a game. The fans are so knowledgeable, so much history with this franchise. They've won so many titles, been so many great players through the years, and just a fantastic place to watch a basketball game.
Good. Ellis has got 6 points in the quarter.
Fellas, they are heating up from outside now.
Yep, of their last 5 hoops, 3 of them have come from long range.
Now here's Rondo, looking for his first bucket of the game. Pierce for 3. That's good.
Yeah, they're finding the open man. Unselfish play. I like it.
Yeah, I love it too. Teamwork and evidence there, right on full display. A big percentage, a high percentage of their baskets have come off assists.
Now here's Wright. Ellis outside. It's stolen by Rondo.
Well, that's a really slick move to come up with that steal.
And Paul Pierce with the slam. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, good one here, guys. This is going to be fun to watch. 2 evenly matched teams, both teams playing hard.
Backing down his lead. Deflected. The Celtics with the lead.
Slowing it down here. Smart. Play for the last shot of the quarter.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, dribble it down to 6 seconds or so and then go. That way you got a chance for a second shot if you miss.
Right for 3, and they call over the back here. Too much contact.
That's an over-the-back foul, but it's one that you can live with. He's trying to be aggressive, and I like that.
Yeah, you know, I used to do that as a player myself, Steve, but you got to be smart about going over the top. I don't think he had a chance to get that rebound anyway.
Here's Rondo. No luck.
Pierce has it going on tonight. He has 11 points, and there's a nice number in his assist column as well.
Yeah, it is a nice number. He's taken it upon himself to really find his teammates and to get this offense going.
Celtics out in front, leading by just 1.
Welcome, everyone, to this Friday night edition of the HP Halftime Show. Boston leading against Golden State. You can talk about lights out shooting, but this is out of this world. They simply can't miss out there. Paul Pierce, the game's leading scorer. He has 11 points and also sharing it around with a few assists. On the other hand, Golden State also been giving it their best. They've played gritty D and have been hauling in the defensive rebounds. Monte Ellis leads the team in scoring. We've come to expect performances like this one from him. A lot of offense here for the first half for these two, leading their teams in scoring. That's it for us now. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you enjoy the second half.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break and halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Here's Rondo. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Rondo and Allen make up the backcourt. Pierce and KG at the 3 and the 4. And it's O'Neal in at the center, filling out the middle. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Now here's Garnett. They lead by 1.
I don't like that shot at all, guys.
I'm right with you, Steve. Certainly when you talk about shot selection, that's as poor as it gets.
And that one's good. Right.
Well, look at Doc Rivers' coaching numbers, and he's been nothing short of amazing for Boston here. I mean, already over 500 wins in his career as a coach. Really impressive.
Here's Rondo. And Curry picks him up defensively. 6 to shoot. And here's Rondo. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. One more thing, Clark, about Rivers. He's been fantastic as a coach in the postseason. Steve, he's at a winning percentage of over 500.
Well, add in the title, and plus the 4 straight 50-win seasons, and it's easy to see why Doc Rivers is considered one of the best coaches that we have in the NBA right now.
You know, you take a look at Lee out there, and you forget this guy won the dunk contest as a high schooler, plays a little closer to the ground, still can throw it down, but he was not only a good dunker, but a creative one in high school.
That free throw, no good. Back to Lee. Clark, you're all over this. You've done your research. You wouldn't think he would take home any dunk contest trophy as a wide-shouldered, slightly undersized power forward. But you know what, Steve? He can get up there.
Yeah, he can. He's deceptively athletic, Kevin. David Lee, a guy who can really run the floor. And when he gets ahead of steam, yeah, he can get up there. Well, the Celtics played pretty well against the Western Conference a year ago. They went 19-11 in their 30 games versus the West. Not bad.
Now here's Rondo looking for his first bucket of the game. Pierce. Left side Pierce. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. And that makes it a tie ball game. Well, Steve, you look at what the record for the Celtics was against the West. You mentioned 19-11. Clark, how do you think they match up with the best of the Western Conference?
Well, you look at the best teams in the West, Kevin. I mean, there's great size pretty much across those front lines out west. The Celtics actually got a little smaller last season when they traded Kendrick Perkins away, so that center position remains a question mark when you compare the Celtics to the teams out in the Western Conference.
Timeout called the Warriors.
One of the concerns for the Golden State Warriors after last season was fortifying its bench, and that was an area where they really tried to improve this past offseason.
Warriors making a switch here. Amundsen's checked in. Here's Ellis. He's got 10. And Allen picks him up defensively. And Wright kicks to Lee. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a three-point play. It's on Kevin Garnett. Well, going back to the Golden State Warriors bench, every team needs those 6-7 guys that can be relied upon every game for consistent play. Actually, whether starting or coming off the bench.
Without question, Kevin, the Warriors were lucky if they had 4 consistent players all year. I mean, they've got a decent nucleus to build around, but absolutely, depth is an area this team has to improve.
And one thing you heard about David Lee in his first year with the Warriors was how much he brought to the table in terms of leadership and work ethic. Loves to play this game, and it's so important to have a guy like that on your team to really set the tone for the rest of the young players.
And getting back to Lee, for a team with a lot of youth, what Lee brought was just invaluable in that sense.
Kevin, we can never overstate the value of professionalism coupled with production, and that's what David Lee brought to the Warriors. He's productive, he's consistent, and he's a pro in how he goes about his work.
That free throw good from Allen.
Ray Allen is such a talented player. Had those early years in Seattle where he was brilliant, but in Boston he really found a role on a great team.
And he makes both free throws. Clark, when you talk about the Celtics defining Allen's role a bit more, that's what good teams do, isn't it? Clearly defined roles for players, even better ones like Ray Allen.
Kevin, you're exactly right. And Ray became a much more consistent defender for the Celtics. I mean, you see that, and as you define roles, you can rein players in, and in some aspects, you can push them to do more in other areas. I think we saw it with Doc Rivers and Paul Pierce.
Sure.
From an offensive standpoint,
You got it.
encouraging him to be more of a playmaker and facilitator than just a bucket producer.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
Here's Rondo. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. And Curry picks him up defensively. Rondo passes to Garnett. Lee with the steal. Warriors leading by 3.
Kevin, Stephen Curry was the 7th pick in the 2009 draft, and if they did that over, he might be the 2nd pick. I mean, he's a terrific shooter and good potential as a playmaker. I think the Warriors got a steal.
And he knocks down the first one. Making a switch here with the Celtics. Davis is checked in. And so he hits both. Here is Rondo. He dishes it to O'Neal. Dishes it to Pierce. Corner shot. That's good. Davis has got his first 2 points of the night. Talking about the future of Steph Curry, Clark. He joined Team USA for the World Championships in 2010 to make the team after just his rookie season. Steve, a very impressive distinction.
Yeah, winning a gold medal. What an experience that was for Steph Curry and for a Warriors organization that hasn't had an All-Star in almost 15 years. But Curry represents the future of that franchise.
Davis dishes to Rondo. He kicks it to Pierce. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Gets it to go. Pierce has got 5 points now this quarter.
They didn't leave him alone out there, but you got to rubber band his hands. You got to crowd him and smother him on the perimeter. Otherwise, he'll make you pay.
Now here's Ellis. He's got 10, and that one's good.
Boy, I love the way they've been attacking inside, Kevin.
All right, guys, they're getting a lot of points in the painted area, not settling for outside shots, and I don't see any reason to change strategy here.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Chris Ditchy's checked in for O'Neal. And it's Green in for Paul Pierce. Andres Biedrins, he's checked in for Golden State. Williams comes in for Jarrell Wright.
And this past offseason, Monte Ellis, they made an effort to put more muscle on. He plays in a small backcourt with Steph Curry and Golden State. So he's frequently asked to guard bigger and stronger players.
Now here's Green. And again, it's Boston converting.
Guys, you're not going to get away with that kind of defense when he's got the ball. I mean, you got to do better than that.
And for Ellis, adding some strength could really help. You think back to a player, Clark, like Joe Dumars, a capable defender, 6'3". He didn't get overpowered very often. He didn't
Joe was really thick, especially through his hips and thighs, knew how to use it. Upper body was strong as well. And for Monte Ellis, with his great athleticism, if he recognizes the need to get stronger, then he will, and he'll be more effective, particularly at the defensive end. Offensively, he's a lot to handle right now.
It's Allen on the wing. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. 2-for-1 chance here.
Yeah, let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
And it's Lee that time on the assist by Biedrins. And it's a 6-point Warrior lead. And it's the Celtics with the ball. 6-point game. Rondo kicks to Allen. Fires the three. That's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists in the game. Outside Williams. Now Green defending. Kicks it to Biedrins. It's tipped. It's stolen by Rondo.
What a great job playing the passing lane.
Allen passes to Rondo. Curry with the steal. Fast break, here they come. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. You have to like what we're seeing from Monte Ellis.
Well, we know he can score, so it's not really a huge shock to see him put up these kind of big numbers.
And I would think that he most likely will continue to carry on this kind of play into the fourth.
It's more NBA coming your way. Now as we get going here in the fourth, let's send it over to Doris Burke for our Sprite Spark.
Hi, guys. Well, it was the stretch by the Warriors that garners the Sprite Spark today. Things started opening up for them in the third quarter as they exerted their will onto this game, and they are in complete control as the game now heads into the fourth and final period, guys.
Great stuff as always, Doris. Thank you. Clark, that was the game's critical point.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I really think it was. I mean, it really tipped things in their favor. No doubt about it.
Now, that's going to happen to you when you keep piling up those points and you get on a run like that.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Monte and Curry in the backcourt. Williams out there with Terrell Wright. And it's Udo in at the 5 spot. Davis with a screen on Curry. Williams against Pierce. Shoots it up. Blocked.
Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps, and they're certainly enjoying one on the glass here.
West kicks to Davis. Udo picks him up. Passes to Pierce. Allen for the three. It's rebounded by Udo.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
Now here's Ellis. To Williams, over Allen, and blocked. And here's the fast break. West dishes to Allen. Pierce against Wright. The feed now to Allen. And Curry picks him up defensively. Just 5 on the clock. Easy shot. The shot by Pierce will not go.
I like the shot, despite the miss. I mean, that's his range.
Ellis with it. Right side, Williams. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Ray Allen is on the wing. Guarded by Wright. And Pierce backs in. Drops it off the fadeaway.
Guys, he's really shot the ball well. It's definitely not his fault they find themselves trailing in this one.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mark Jackson was going over with his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Here's Wall. He passes to Lee. Guarded by O'Neal. Shots good by Lee. And the Warriors lead by 7.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
Allen's shot is off.
Well, that's clearly a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look at it.
Well, true. The defenders shouldn't relax just because he missed that one. He's capable of getting hot in a hurry.
Now here's Lee. Shot clock at 6. With the clock winding down, can't hit. And the Celtics go with it the other way. They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Yeah. Steve, you like groove, don't you?
I do. I love groove, Kevin, and I love the attack mode this team is in, too. I mean, they're really getting into the paint. They're getting whatever they want offensively.
Garnett. The Warriors pull it in. Lee's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Long. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, the official all over that one. That's a good call there.
You got to give credit to the official there. I mean, being in the right position to make that call, that's what they get paid to do.
And he makes the first.
Yeah, they seem to be looking for chances inside a little bit more this half.
And I love that mentality. You talked about it earlier, being the aggressor. It's the right way to play with the lead. Keep attacking.
Glenn Davis is checked in for Jermaine O'Neal. Golden State also making some changes. Andres Biedrins is checked in for Udo. And it's Ellison for Al Thornton. Outside, Pierce. Guarded by Wright. And the basket by Pierce. Pierce has got 9 points now in just the second half.
No, they're just getting hammered inside and really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there.
I agree. I mean, you look at the points they're giving up, most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're winning by 7. 1:53 left here in the 4th quarter. Steph Curry's checked in for AC Long. .153 left in the 4th quarter. Ellis, the pass to Biedrins. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Here's Ellis. Curry is inside. Pierce covering. Lee. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And that's 13 points for David Lee. Time call here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're down by 9. 1:35 left to play in the final quarter. Here is Rondo. And Curry picks him up defensively. Right against Pierce. Allen from the arc. And that one's good.
Look at that dime. On time and on target.
We've got 1:23 left in the 4th quarter. Ellis right side. And Allen picks him up defensively. Tipped. Celtics trail by 6.
Not much time now.
Yep, they'll need some breaks, Steve, to be able to stay alive.
Garnett kicks to Rondo. He feeds it to Davis. Back to Rondo. 5 on the clock. Outside for Davis. Lets it fly. The Warriors pull it in. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And now we've got the intentional foul. Here's Ellis. This may be their most important possession.
Yeah, as long as they don't make a mistake here, they should be safe.
Garnett comes over to help. And they go to the intentional foul. He doesn't hit the first. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
And they've got to score quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste at all.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's for 3. Rebounded by Biedrins. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
A tough break there, Kevin, but frankly, they'd have a tough time coming back from this deficit anyhow.
And the first of 2 misses. Making a switch here with the Celtics. Connects on number 2, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're behind by 7. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Not a whole lot they can talk about here, but you do want to finish the game on the right note.
Well, I guess they're going to try to pull a rabbit out of their backpack.
Making a switch here with the Celtics. "15 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Feeds it to O'Neal. Outside, Pierce. Over Lee. It's in!
Boy, this is a shooting exhibition, guys. I mean, he's not wasting any of his chances.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan Player of the Game, David Lee.